Good morning, Heather.
Morning, Kizai.
Nice seeing you again.
Same here.
Now, I know you've been up to a lot of stuff over the past few years. Tell me a little bit about your industry. What's been going on with your company?
Interesting, as you know, the COVID time was a challenge, so it made us more focused and try and regroup and be more strategic in our planning.
I never heard the story about how your business started. Tell me how that started.
I was an insurance broker for over 15 years, and I was the insurance broker for the Golf and Country Club. And they obviously liked my style, my professionalism, my sales experience. So it wasn't just the golf club. They owned Cap Estate Saint Lucia Limited, owned all the land, the undeveloped lands in Cap Estate. So they needed somebody to sell the land. And I was recommended, and they gave me Mount Hardy development to sell, and I sold all the lots single-handedly. And they were so impressed that they established me in an office where I'm now, which is Gate Park. And other clients, hearing that I was into real estate, asked me to sell their properties. And before I knew it, I was full-fledged into real estate, and I thought it was more professional to form a company, a separate company, which I did, hence Belle Vue Properties. And my father, being the legal brain, he said, Heather, I've taught you and brought you up. Nobody owns you. You need to buy that plot of land. So we bought it, and the rest is history.
Oh, wow. Now, Bellevue, that's very interesting. I always like that name. Tell me, how did you come up with that name?
I love languages, and French is one of my favorite languages. So I thought, what would typify real estate? And I said, Bellevue, that's a nice name, because Bellevue means nice views. And the whole idea of real estate is to buy properties with nice views.
What propelled you to stay in this industry for so long?
Well, I love real estate. I love meeting people, I love the outdoors, and I love selling. So I realized I enjoyed the business, and it's been quite a career. I represented a lot of international companies, and they would refer clients to me. And that's one of the reasons why I stayed. It's mainly you must love your business.
What type of properties do you sell and rent?
We sell land, commercial or residential. We sell villas, high-end villas or small villas, and we also sell condominiums. And we also sell distressed properties with banks, try to relieve them of their bad debt portfolio.
Okay. And what would you say is one of your, I wouldn't say favorite, but one of the best type of properties that you would like to work in?
Well, the high-end villas. I love that. Yes, I like that, yes. As this one we are in right now, yes. Mm-hmm.
What about your key partnerships? Because of course, over the years, you would have met a number of persons along the way, and they would have assisted you in getting to where you are right now.
As I said earlier, I represented quite a few of these international companies, and they were my strategic partners, and we went on real estate exhibitions in England with them, and that was great visibility and introduced me to a variety of clients, some of whom I was successful in selling properties to them.
And with an extensive portfolio, any new properties that you have right now, anything that will intrigue me?
Hummingbird Villa, as you can see, is absolutely deluxe, and it is a 3-bedroom villa with 3 bathrooms en suite. The upholstery and the furnishings are very modern and up to date. And there is a 1-bedroom cottage adjacent, again fully equipped with a kitchen, modern black countertops, kitchen countertops. And what sells this villa is the fantastic views of the Atlantic and the lovely ocean breeze that flows throughout the villa all times of the year. And it's about 3,500 square feet on about 14,000 square feet of land. And it's in a nice gated development there are 5 other villas that are designed the same way because they were designed by the well-known Caribbean architect Lane Pettigrew.
Oh, fantastic. And I know you have the Anchorage. What sets that property apart from the other properties that you have?
Yes, the Anchorage, this is a lovely condo development, and is one of the, has the largest communal garden and the largest swimming pool. So it's extremely popular, and it rents and sells very well. So much so that it's interesting. COVID was supposed to be a tough period for me, but I did relatively well. I sold 2 units at the Anchorage remotely. And one of them is an interesting story. He is a gentleman from South Africa who has never been to Saint Lucia. And he is a boat person, so he wanted a dock because a lot of these condos are sold with a dock. And he took a leap of faith. He bought the condo and he's living here now. And he could not be happier. He's just totally content with the condo, with Saint Lucia, what lovely people. And then I also sold another condo in Anchorage again, during COVID, remotely, a waterfront unit. So COVID has been good to me.
Can you describe your typical customer across the spectrum? Because I know you do, quite a few types of properties.
Yes, we have quite a varied clientele. Of course, the typical clients with visitors to the island have been the European market, the British market, the American and the Canadian market. But with this citizenship by investment program, which has been very successful in Saint Lucia, it has attracted a new clientele. You have the Asians and the Eastern Europeans who want that additional passport. And the advantage of the Saint Lucian passport is that it provides visa-free entry into the Schengen countries. And when they come here, they love Saint Lucia so much that they want to buy properties, and then they come to me.
I think I know the answer to this one, but what's your favorite part of the real estate industry?
Oh, selling. I love sales, yes.
And beyond the sales, what would you say really drives you to stay in this industry?
Well, it's the versatility, the renting, and we also do a lot of property management. The hallmark of our success is the diversity of portfolio that we have, because we also do quite a few property management. So that helps sustain the business during the slow periods.
What would you say sets St. Lucia apart from the other islands? What makes St. Lucia a prime destination, not only to visit so they could rent, but to make it their forever home?
Of course, first of all, is the natural beauty of the people and the landscape and the rainforest and our iconic pitons. I'll never forget this very successful entrepreneur, Roger Meyer, who built Sugar Beach. And this was a very successful development. And they asked him, but what brought you to St. Lucia? And he's a very simple, humble man. And he said, the beauty of the St. Lucians, such lovely people. Then you also have very good airlift. Yes, that's another one. And the CIP program is extremely successful, and the government are earning a lot of revenue from it.
What would be some roadblocks to getting through this industry?
A lot of people think that real estate is an easy business to go into, so they just jump in a car and start showing properties. So we are trying to make the real estate industry more professional, and we have set up, we are working with the government. I've been president of the Realtors Association 2 terms for about 6 to 7 years, and we have worked with the government to set up bylaws to license the realtors. Then we also are training the realtors. We have been offering real estate courses to Monroe for the past 6 years.
Monroe,
that's correct. And we have done so well, we also offer these training courses in Viewfort. So it's Castries and Viewfort. And I think these are ways of overcoming the stumbling blocks and giving us a bad reputation, because the government have emphasized this needs to be a more professional body. And another roadblock too, if people think it's easy, is that the real estate agents are very vulnerable. And we are the first point of contact with clients. So we could, if we are not careful and don't have the requisite training and knowledge, we could fall prey to money laundering. Somebody will give us cash, that's always a signal, and we need to be aware of that.
What would you give as advice for somebody who wants to come into the real estate industry now?
First of all, as we had said previously, they must train. They have to be training, they have to attend the Monroe courses, they must work with a real estate broker or agent for 2 years before they can branch off. But the real estate industry is still doing well. You must always look at the pros and cons of business. The COVID has brought people are working remotely, and that is the way of the future. And people want to, so much so, they love Saint Lucia, so they can work remotely here and still enjoy the beauty of Saint Lucia. So I think the future for real estate is still good. And this working remotely will be a new paradigm for a long time coming.
Fantastic.